welcome to Science Central. I'm your host, Bartholomew. Today we'll be exploring the wonderful world of Oobleck.
What's Oobleck, you might be asking?
Oobleck is a non-Newtonian fluid. These fluids change states of matter when under different pressure conditions, like if you were tossing it around in your hand or if you were just letting it sit in your hand, and we'll explain about this later on.
Well, that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Well, now we'll be having some guests come out of the audience and explore Oobleck firsthand.
We pulled some names out of the hat, and those names are Jerome Henkel and Louis Fancy Pants.
So, we're going to take a quick break.
Alright, we are back from our commercial break, and we're going to be playing with Oobleck, so, we're going to show you how this stuff works. As you can see, as we explained a little bit before, I am moving it around, making it a solid. Louis Fancy Pants stopped, so now it's a liquid, as did Jerome. See, now, let's see what happens if I was to throw this through the air. It stayed a solid. Now, I let go, and it turns into a liquid. And if I threw this at someone, it would explode. Our special guest, this is Jerome Henkel and Louis Fancy Pants. Louis, I notice you aren't wearing your fancy pants today.
Well, today, viewers out there, my very fancy pants are the dry cleaners.
Oh, you like a fancy tie?
Well, sure.
Alright, I'm sorry, it's only a clip-on. But, alright, now back to our viewers' questions. This one is from Kara Strand. She is from New York, New York. She wants to know why more cornstarch is needed in water.
More cornstarch is needed in the mixture of Oobleck because it makes it thicker and more solid-like. So it's the Oobleck mixture.
Oh, good. Now this next one is from Harry Pitt. For you, Louise. Harry Pitt wants to know, why does it turn into a liquid when it's in your hand, and when you're moving this Oobleck around, it stays a solid?
Alright, Harry Pitt. You said Harry Pitt. Alright, so when you're playing with it, the cornstarch particles bond together, and when you're not playing with it, it becomes a watery substance.
Oh, so, pretty much pressure is the key?
Yep, that's exactly it. When Oobleck is being compressed, it's more of a solid than a liquid.
Alright, that's good to know. Now we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be back.
Where all these ties come from? Swore I just had one on. Jeez. We're back from our commercial break, and we are going to ask these guests some questions again, this time a little bit harder. So, our interviewer here has the questions, and he will ask the guests these questions.
Where'd you go? Alright, well, thanks Bartholomew for introducing us. This question is from Olga Venue from Anaheim, California. She wants to know, how does cornstarch and water mix together make Oobleck?
Well, cornstarch has a lot of atoms bonded together in one molecule. It bonds with water when agitated, like with pressure. So, because the molecules are being packed together, this creates like a solid substance. And when it's left alone, they kind of separate, making it more liquid-like.
I see. Now the next one is for you, Luis. Dandruff from Grand Cayman would like to know, if this Oobleck was thrown through the air, would it be a solid or would it be a liquid?
Well, it would be a solid, then after the 5 seconds after it leaves your hand, the particles would slowly move apart, causing it to be a liquid.
I see. Alright. Here's another one for you. This is kind of just my own thoughts here. What other materials will make a non-Newtonian fluid?
Another way to make it would be borax and school liquid glue.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. So does it have all the same properties?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has come up from all the research we found while preparing for this, while we were making that Oobleck and playing with it.
This concludes Science Central. We hope you've learned a lot about Oobleck, but next time on Science Central, it will not be Science Central. It will be Dance Central. So we'll see you next time on Dance Central.
Camera.
Alright, now we're back from our commercial break with Jerome Hakel and Luis Fancy Pants. Luis, you're not wearing very fancy pants, are you?
Well, today they're at the dry cleaners.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like a fancy tie?
But I only wear fancy pants.
Oh, okay.
I'll take that fancy time. I don't really want it.
Jesus, David.
Alright, we're back from our commercial break with Jerome Hakel and Luis Fancy Pants. Luis, I noticed you're not wearing any fancy pants.
Well, today, viewers, those very, very fancy pants are at the dry cleaners.
Would you like a fancy tie instead?
Thank you, sir.
Alright, we're back from our commercial break with our two special guests from the audience here. I just showed you guys my tie.
Whoa!
Go.